Hey guys, it's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpener. I wanted to show you one of my favorite things about the new jig that we have for the Vevor and 1x30's and Tulker 1x30's. I love that we designed it so we have all this huge platen area, and that's one of the problems with a lot of the other designs from the past and even some of the current ones. Look how much room we have to sharpen on, and when you have something really big like this, it really is a joy to have so much space in here. When you have something like a cleaver here, which is a really thin, like Japanese style cleaver, I have no problem sharpening on here because I have so much real estate. And I'm not gonna run out of platen area no matter how long my knife is, which is not the case on some of these where I see, you know, you have a tiny little bit of platen area to work on. It can make doing larger knives a little bit of a challenge. This one's got a few chips in it I want to get out. There we go. Yeah, just awesome. And we are shipping these like crazy and printing them and making them. I sent out over 25 of them this morning. So if you ordered, they are on the way. To those of you that ordered, yeah, you will have them soon. So I am getting them out as absolutely as fast as I can. I really love this one for smaller knives, but I wanted to show you that if this is all you got, don't worry about it because it works great for big knives too, or cleavers or anything you need to sharpen on it. The other thing that's great is how easy it is to adjust the belt difference on some of the new ones like the KSE G5 that just came out. That adjustment's in the back. It takes a while to get in there and get that all set up. I know because I have a KSE G1 in here. This one, you know, all you got to do, loosen this right here in the front, and you can adjust your distance however close you want it to your belt, and then lock it in, and you're good to go. And we're making these so solid, there's no give to them. So it's just a perfect repeatable angle every time. And super quick to change. So right now I'm using 17, but if I had to go to 15 or 10. Oh, and here's a little bit of update. We are going to come out with some other angles too. We're working on them. We're going to have a 12, we're going to have a 25 and a 30. Be a little bit on those only because I got to get all the initial orders out, but we'll add a second set of additional angles soon to these. I'm also looking at doing it for the Bucktool. We'll add some additional angles there. Oh, here's my KSAG. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's your distance adjust, right? But you have to unhook these while this is clamped to this platen. Well, it's really hard to get in there and then get it to adjust your belt distance. Where you can adjust your belt distance on this new design every time you change. You can adjust it in seconds if you want without having to take everything apart. It's just a really awesome, fast design that we got here. I think you guys are really going to love it. Oh, I wanted to show you, let me show you two other teasers that we are going to add at some point. I did talk to our engineer, Thor, and I said, hey, Thor, you know what would be nice? Would be like a little stand to have them on. So he came up with two different style stands. So we are going to add these at some point as well. One that you could attach to something, or one it's just kind of a desktop that you can sit them on. And that will also, even though I've been putting the lasering the angle on for those that just want to sit it down, this will give you a nice stand if you wanted to just have them sitting upright for them. So just another option. And you can see here's Here's the 12, a 30, and a 25. And I will make them available at some point, but we got to get through the initial rush. I still have at least 30 of these in the cart that I have to print and produce and ship. They are going out every day. I can make about 20 a day. So that should give you an idea. Should be able to get through this initial rush this first week without too much trouble. And then we can start adding, you know, cool additions and other angles if we get a lot of requests for certain things. But there's a little bit of an update for you. Oh, I just wanted to show you this too. I am putting tape on them. I did mention that. It is in the one video. The PETG is so hard and stiff, you can scratch knives with it. So you do want to be careful with the PETG as opposed to like a PLA carbon fiber that we've used before in some things, which doesn't seem to scratch. This stuff can. I found this new frog tape. This stuff is awesome. It's one for delicate surfaces, and it is the best. I'll put a link so you guys can see this, but it wraps around really nice, and I think it's even smoother than the regular other frog tape that I use. I have it in all different colors, green and everything, but I always get the frog tape brand. You'll see in here, you know, most people associate it with the green, but they do make lots of different colors. I also was looking to see, I'm pretty sure they have it. I'd like to see if I could just get one. This is 1 inch, but our angle guide's a little bit smaller. They do make tapes in smaller sizes that are already pre-cut, which would be really nice for this, because you don't have to cover exactly the whole thing. I just wrap it around the sides. That works too, you know. So if you do get the 1 inch, you can just kind of just squeeze it right over the side and it doesn't come off. And it holds up really, really well. I think they called this sensitive surfaces or something, frog tape. So it was like on ones you want to be sure that the tape's not going to rip paint off of or anything, you know, delicate that's under there. But it's a really great one. All right, just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on, and I'll show you, let me show you the printers going here. So I just wanted to show you, I'm not kidding. Here you go. You can see all the angle guides being printed in this one. Down here, this one is printing the parts, knobs, and that's the distance knob. Over here, again, also printing a whole huge supply of angle guides. And over here, this one is printing the arm that it gets attached to. So we are making them in mass, and you can see I got parts all over here. I'm doing my daily sharpening that I got to get through for the day, and then the rest of the day I'm going to be, you know, putting these together. And there's the Bucktool ones in the back. So yeah, it's still a little messy in here. I got a little bit cleaned up. It was worse, but I am just doing a massive shipping. I got all my shipping supplies and boxes down here, and I sent out a huge supply today of items that were ordered already. So just be patient, guys. They are coming. You will get them. And my goal is to have like these initial orders from this weekend out within the next probably 2 days. I think I'll have everything out. All right. So it's just a matter of if I run out at some point. The only downside is some of these things can take a while. So I'll show you this one here and why there's a little bit of a hold up. So you can see here, this one has, well, it has 2 hours and 5 minutes left. This one was started printing last night. In general, they can be anywhere from about 14 to 18 hours. And my really big one over there, I ran one the other day that was about a day and a half. It printed all of these number 10 angle guides down there. It did, I think, 27 or 28 of them, a whole bunch of them. Really helpful that, you know, that a couple of these 3D printers, especially this H2C, is really big. And it's got a big build plate, so I can put a lot of things on there. So if I can get a chance to where we start getting ahead on some of these things, we'll be in good shape. And we got some cool colors, and whatever colors are available, I've had a really hard time of getting it from Bambu Labs. They've been running out constantly of PETG, and I don't love all the colors they have. So I've been using Polymaker, and it's been fantastic. In fact, I actually like the Polymaker a little bit better than the Bambu Labs. This is the new Bambu Labs PETG for AMS unit. It's okay, but I actually have found, I think the Polymaker's a little bit better, but all of them are good. Hey everybody, it's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpening and Laser Engraving, and I guess I should throw in 3D printing too. I wanted to show you guys something that I just realized you could do, and I didn't know about this, but it's a really cool way to save from wasting filament when you get towards the end of something. So I've been doing all this 3D printing of the angle guides, and we got the new angle guides coming out. And sometimes when I get towards the end, if I don't have another roll of something like the same color, I still want to try and use it all up. Here's a really cool little trick that you can do that I just recently figured out. When you are slicing something, if you come to where it says other, one of the things in Bambu Labs, and this is in other slicers too, I'm just talking, Bambu Lab software here, but I also have Orca Slicer and it's in there too. You can print by layer or by object. If you're by layer and you have these 4 things, it's going to print the first layer and then go to the next one, layer, 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 and print all 4 of them at the same time. But when you get to the end of a roll of filament and you're like, I want to use this all up, but I don't know if I have enough filament, and I don't want to end up with, 8 or 4 in this case, half-made pieces, you can switch to by object. And what's really interesting here is it does a couple things. So one, it shows you, see the little circle? That's showing me how much space the head of the printer needs. So if it's gonna print one object the whole way, it needs to have enough room so it doesn't hit another object. But by doing this, I can print as many as I can squeeze out of what's remaining out of that filament roll. So I put 3 in here, and it'll make 1, and then it'll then go to the next one. And so instead of trying to print 4 at one time and ended up with possibly 4 half-made parts, it's going to make 1 complete part and then go to the next one, and then I can just run that filament out until it's completely done. Maybe a lot of you guys knew that. I didn't know that, but I thought that was pretty cool, and I just wanted to show you that. And that's in your slicing software. And that's all you got to do. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to use up the end of some nice PETG gray filament, making these little knobs until it runs out. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. I hope you like that. I'll talk to you later. All right, gang, there's your update for today. I got to get back to work. Let me finish up this sharpening so I can get to doing more packing and printing.